Oh shit. Wait, it was 21-21. This game isn't finished, it's far from being finished. But I don't know the work account. Because if we go here, notes, it says work, SG93 JF IEZ. Yeah, I wrote it wrong in here on notepad. 03N190. I could take the numbers only, or working Entagon. Do you remember when Alex, our ex-boyfriend, was giving us hints on the password? Work account. Because when you click on it, there's no letters. So do just do the numbers then. So let's see, 93, 03, 190. Nope. So I need to do this, but I don't know how to do this, and I don't know how to back up the thing. I have a conversation with Alex. He was giving us tips how to do it. Just choose something you use every day. For example, a password you use on your phone, followed by another code you use regularly. I use the code for my alarm that I have to reset at the time I leave it and enter the restaurant. And we saw the notes that there was one for work. It was SG93JFIEZ03N190. But the password is numbers only. Maybe it's a counter thing. I really don't know what this counter is, or the importance of this counter. 14, 11, 5, 1, 25. I mean, I can move it up and down, but obviously I shouldn't touch it. But what importance is it? Obviously, it's not how many times we got laid, because 14 or 25 times in a day is a bit excessive. Or could be how many jobs application that we applied for? That's quite depressing though, you know, you applied for this many jobs and you haven't been successful. Oh gosh. Let me drink some water, my throat is going, but I'm totally stuck. I have no idea what to do. Let me think, if I was Laura, what would my swipe thing be? A heart shape, maybe? Maybe it's not possible to draw a heart shape, just realized. You can do a diamond. Oh my god. Well, I'm clicking on. Why is that red? What's that supposed to mean? Is that a clue? You know, the possible combination of doing this is just like impossible. I don't actually have a swipe thing. I have pins because I don't trust this swipe thing. Oh my god. There's 5 and 12 possible combos, yeah? Oh no, I don't think I am. I wanna like go down each one by one, you know, and do it. Am I being stupid here? Is there something I'm missing? Wait. This seems a bit longer than usual. Oh, that's cute. Who the fuck is Paul? put music on here again. Or editing on YouTube is sure gonna be fun if I'm gonna put this on YouTube. I'm gonna obviously take out all the raging and stuff like that. I don't know. We'll see. Oh god. Hi, Mia. It's Laura, Ben's girlfriend. I just wanted to know if you're still friends with Claire. Don't tell Ben I asked you. Hi, Laura. Yeah. Why? Ben told me she tried to end his relationship with his ex, Julia, while they were still together because she wanted to date him herself. Is this true? Okay. So what we just said just now is what Ben claimed us to be, and I think the reason why we're checking with Amir is because remember Claire, I told you, the quote-unquote crazy El Loco girl, yeah? So she's claiming that Ben's manipulative and he's not who you think he is. He's not the nice guy that people think he is, or we seem to think he is. So we're just double checking now, you know, because we want to see if Claire's telling the truth. So we're checking out with a mutual friend of theirs and see. I don't think so. And anyways, Claire was dating Oliver at the time. Claire told me that Ben was violent with Julia. Do you think that's true? Let's say Julia was a complicated girl, but I got the impression there were times where he really lost it with her. I advised Ben to see a therapist or join a support group for people with anger issues, but he wouldn't listen. So it does seem like Claire might be telling the truth now, and there's something wrong with Ben. He seems sus. But you still remain friends with him. Yeah. Why didn't you tell me this before? Oh, I don't know. What goes on in Ben's private life is none of my business, and it's ancient history now. Yeah, well, you could have at least warned me. Listen, I already told him to get some help. I did what I could. So you remember how we said that we haven't spoken to Charlotte for so long, yeah? Remember I told you that we might have beef with Charlotte back in April? This is it. This is all our message back in April. For some reason, we didn't get to read it. Okay, it goes far back. So we did chat to Charlotte a lot. Yeah, because over here, it's like, you know, after March, we just stopped the conversation. I was thinking, what's going on? Why is it gone missing? Do we have beef with Charlotte? But it seems like we didn't have beef with Charlotte. It's just that the message just wasn't saved for some reason. I wasn't backed up. I come back and Ben is a bad guy. Not Ben, ex-guy. Alex seems to be like a nice guy. It seems like Ben is bad. Hi Laura, how are you feeling today? So. Why are you texting me on my work phone? After what you told me about your guy, I wanted to text somewhere he couldn't read a message. Anyway, I suggest you use a password to lock your work phone and never unlock it in front of him. He already flew into his heavy jealous rage when I wanted to lock my personal phone, so I don't think that's a good idea. What do you mean heavy? He yelled at me and said I was hiding things from him. He accused me of having a lover and said I don't really love him, and that I was locked my phone because I didn't trust him. Okay, I get it now. That's bad. It's not normal, you know. I don't know. At the same time, I understand him. He needs reassurance to know that I love him. Don't you think it's a mark of trust in the other person to let them see the contents of your phone? I mean, you could, but it's not necessary. Your partner doesn't need to know what you're doing with your phone and who you're talking to and stuff like that. That's being ultra possessive in my opinion, but okay. Laura, you silly girl. No, I disagree. A real mark of trust would be to believe the other person and not always feel the need to have quote-unquote proof of their love and faithfulness by snooping through their phone. Thus, it's important for both partners to have their own secret garden. I'm with Charlie on this one. Listen, for him it's not really negotiable. He's been lied to in the past and needs some reassurance. Yeah, I get it, but it's not great. If you want a reason for locking your phone, you just have to say Michael insisted on it. What do you mean? So you lock your work phone and tell him it was Michael's orders and he wants the phone works to be more secure because the phone contains confidential work stuff. That's actually quite smart. Charlotte is a really smart girl. Charlotte, she's got a brain, she's smart. That's creepy, yes, super creepy. Yeah, okay. I don't see why I would need to lie to him though. It's unhealthy not to have a space where you can grouch about your relationship occasionally without him knowing. Yeah, but if I'm having relationship problems, I should talk to him, shouldn't I? Sure, but it's sometimes good to talk to your girlfriends to have another point of view. Okay, I'll lock this phone. Hi, how are you? Exhausted. I've just been running for an hour. Wow, congratulations. Where did you go running now? It's been a while since we bumped into each other at the park. That's hardly surprising because I run on a treadmill we have at home now. Wow, those things are expensive, aren't they? It was a present from Ben. A pretty silly gift, huh? I mean, you can run outside for free. Yeah, but it's so handy. I can run when I want to and I don't get harassed in the street by stupid men. Since when have you... since when have stupid men stop you from running? Well, that's true. But Ben was worried about me and prefers me not to go out. Talk about being possessive, okay. Wait, what? Wait a second. What do you mean he prefers you not to go out? Yeah, he's afraid something might happen to me. But you do go out, don't you? You go shopping, meet friends. You still see Emilia, Elsa. I get shopping delivered. It's easier. And I'm talking to my friends and less at the moment. Why is that? Oh, you know, you tend to have fewer friends as time goes on. And when you're in a relationship, you don't see people as much. But you still see Emma, don't you? Not really. Since I've been with Ben, things have been a little complicated. Nearly all my friends have faded away. I'm starting to wonder if they're jealous. What do you mean, jealous? Well, you know, I'm one of those rare lucky people among my girlfriends who found a job they love, and my life with Ben is fabulous. Not only am I happy in my relationship, but he has money too. So financially, I'm living in a fairy tale while they're struggling. Oh, you delusional girl, and you're stuck in your bubble, aren't you, Laura? And you think they're keeping their distance because they're jealous? That's the only explanation Ben and I could come up with. Sad, but there it is. Laura, I'm sorry to tell you this, but Ben's behavior isn't normal. He's the one who's jealous. I get the impression he's controlling you, that he's isolating you. Don't be ridiculous. I'm saying this based on what you're telling me. He's jealous and wants to read the contents of your phone. He controls you by not letting you go out on your own. He's manipulating you with the treadmill gifts. He's isolating you from your girlfriends by insinuating they're jealous of you. That is not normal, and that doesn't happen in a normal relationship. He has a problem. You always focus on the negative. It's not like that. Oh, Charlotte, I swear it's nothing to worry about. Okay, he has his faults, but nothing serious. No, he has a problem, and of course you're blind to it. You're madly in love with him. Okay, so you have your own take on things, and just won't let it go. You're a pain in the ass. I guess it's useless talking to you. Sorry if I'm interfering and it's none of my business, but I'm worried. Like I told you, everything's fine. Leave me alone. I'm here if you need me. Hi Laura, how are you? Hey, I don't know if you're mad at me, but you know I still consider you my friend, and I'm here if you need me. Just to wish you a very happy birthday, and I hope everything's okay with you. Hi, thanks for your happy birthday message. How are you at the moment? Not great, I have to say. What's up? One of Ben's former friends contacted me and said some terrible things about him that have really upset me. I can imagine. Have you mentioned it to Ben? No. Really? Why? She told me she had a history of violent behavior with his ex, and it's really freaking me out. But then Ben already told me about this girl, how she was in love with him and would do anything to have him to herself. I just don't know what to think. Okay, how do you feel about it? My first reaction was not to believe her, and then I thought about everything he said and started to realize that I should leave him. Yeah, you go, girlfriend! Oh, this poor girl. Yeah, I know, Marie. This girl needs to see the reality. Yeah, I know. I feel sorry for Laura. I hope nothing happens bad to her. And I've given it some serious thought, especially as he's been pretty difficult to live recently. But he was so sweet on my birthday. So I'm confused. He's aware of his faults, you know. Which means? He knows he's too possessive, and he does apologize. His work is really exhausting sometimes. He drinks a little too much to unwind, and then says things he doesn't really mean. Alcohol is no excuse for bad behavior. But he knows when he's gone too far. And my birthday was so romantic. He took me away on a surprise weekend, and it was fantastic. I really felt I rediscovered the Prince Charming I once knew. But aren't you scared he'll start over? No, not at all. He even promised to see a psychoanalyst to address his anger management issues. Okay, keep me posted on how this situation develops, alright? Okay. Promise? Promise. Hi, how are you now? Did things get better with Ben? No. What do you mean?
Since he worries about me all the time, he got me to install an app so I can quickly send him my GPS coordinates if I have a problem. Basically, it was meant to be a really practical thing, so if I was attacked or anything, I could in theory discreetly press a button to let him know where I was. But he wanted me to use it at a specific time to reassure him, so he knew I was safe at home. So I was sending him a message every lunchtime, then it turned out to be twice a day, then 3 times a day, and finally every hour. And the other day I went out to get a coffee, and when I used the app, it told him I was out. When he came back that night, he went into a massive jealous rage, and it made no sense. He was convinced I was meeting another guy at a cafe, and he's just got this idea into his head. He was yelling at me. It was horrible. I just let him yell at me. I was paralyzed in fear. He wouldn't let me sleep that night. As soon as I dozed off, he'd wake me up again, and I demand I tell him the name of the person I was at the cafe with. The next morning at breakfast, I told him I had enough and couldn't go on like this. Then his attitude totally changed. He told me he was nothing without me, and I meant everything to him, and that he was scared of losing me. That he didn't know what he would do without me. I really like to leave him. I'm scared too, you know? I'm frightened for him. He needs me to help him get better.
It's not you he needs, it's a therapist. I thought he was going to see a psychoanalyst.
He made an appointment, but had to cancel because he was busy at work that day.
Don't you get the feeling it's the same old pattern? He behaves badly, you threaten to leave, he apologizes, and you change your mind. Listen, there's a conference followed by a support group meeting held by an association supporting victims of domestic violence. I've got a friend who works there. I'm going, and I would really like you to come with me, okay?
But I'm not a victim of domestic violence. Ben never hit me.
Okay, so he never hit you, but sometimes when you talk, I get the feeling you're suffering psychological abuse, and the conference will be tackling that issue too. What do I know? I'm no expert, but it could be interesting to meet them, don't you think? Worst case scenario, you'll see that it doesn't apply to you, and at best you'll learn something about domestic abuse. It happens a lot, but people tend not to talk about it. You can at least find out, surely?
So, what do I tell Ben? The reason why I'm not there when he gets back?
Tell him you're having a drink with me, and I'll bring you home. That way, he'll see you're not with another guy.
Okay, when is it?
Next Thursday after work.
Well, why not?
I'll drop by and pick you up. That's because Ben is a controlling psychopath, Laura. Yes, that's true. How are you feeling today?
Man, I didn't get a wink of sleep last night. I kept getting up to read the notes I took during the meeting. There were so many things I recognized in Ben's behavior. It scares me. I feel so dumb and stupid for not realizing earlier.
Laura, I was dumb earlier. It took me like 2 hours to find out the password, so you're not the only one, girlfriend.
I've been so blind and you were so right.
No, you're not stupid. The important thing is that you've woken up to what's going on. You're a strong woman and brave.
But I've been so dumb to allow myself to be manipulated like that. I guess I should leave him. But I don't know what to do. I don't care. I don't even have a place of my own anymore.
You can come stay with me if you need to, when you're ready.
Thank you so much, Charlotte. I'm so lucky that I can count on you. When I think of all the women talking at the support group yesterday, some are living in a situation worse than mine and have nobody around to help them. Thanks for being there for me.
I'll always be there for you. And if something ever happens to me and I can't help you, you won't be alone. Look at all the women yesterday. Some terrible things happened to them and then they thought they'd never come through. But the association always supported them and stuck by them.
That's true, but I must insist, I can't thank you enough for your support.
Hey, how are you today?
I'm feeling so much better. Ben organised a lovely surprise to celebrate our 6-month anniversary. It was fantastic, you know? Maybe I exaggerated a little last time. It's not like he's a monster.
Remember what they said about the conference about cycles of violence? I think that's what's happened between you and Ben. It's okay at the moment, but it's not the first time things have turned bad and then got better. Can I suggest something? Count the number of times a day Ben's behavior becomes unacceptable. That way you can monitor if there's a cycle or in a steady progression of unacceptable behavior, then it stops. Then it progressively worse again.
Okay, I'm going to install a count on my phone and check there.
Write everything down, won't you? Even the little innocuous comments.
So, if he comments on how I dress, I write that down too?
Yeah, even that. It's not up to him to tell you how to dress. It's your body, it's your choice. Keep me posted on what happens, okay?
Okay.
So that was what the counter's for. Well, all this time I was thinking, what is this freaking counter for? Is it some sort of password or something like that? But okay, we now know. It's when Ben's has some irrational behavior. That's a counter. But holy shit, we saw 25. And here's me thinking about their sexual habits. Maybe they've done it 25 times in one day. Like, you know, they were going at it like rabbits, but that's not the case. It was Ben's wild behavior, his mood swings and stuff. Well, that makes sense now.
Sorry, I haven't been in touch for so long. I've made up my mind. Ben is dangerous. I have to leave this town and think of going to report him to the police.
You're right to report him. However, are you sure you really have to get out of town because of him?
I don't want to leave just because of him. I want to go because I need to breathe again to heal myself in a peaceful and healthy environment. I'm just worried that I have nowhere to go.
Listen, maybe I have a solution, but that means I have to talk about your situation with Michael. Are you okay with that?
Okay.
Okay, I've talked to Michael. We've come up with a solution. There's a branch of the association that needs a communication manager. It's a long way from here in a quiet town, and he offered to transfer you there. You'll be away from here, but at least you'll have a job. You could stay with the director until you find somewhere of your own. I've also checked with the Association for Supports for Victims of Domestic Violence as an office there, and they'll be able to help you file your complaint. So the stage is set for you to slip away. Just tell us when you're ready.
Thanks.
Don't mention it, but just one thing. You have to return your work phone to Michael. I would suggest you make a backup of all the content relative to your situation with Ben. It will be useful for you to have a timeline of events and maybe store their evidence for when you report him. Ask Nadia in the IT department. She'll explain how you can save the content. I'll call you soon with more details. Meanwhile, just act normally with Ben. You don't want him to suspect anything. Okay. Now what? Okay, maybe there's some emails that we can read. Do we have any new inbox messages? No new inbox messages. Any sent messages? No sent messages.